Hello clan fans. I am back not to review an episode of Outlander, but rather to talk about the top 5 surprising moments from season 5, at least in my opinion. Now, there were a lot of moments in season 5 that actually caught me completely off guard. And there are moments where I honestly wasn't expecting them until season 6, let's say, because they are moments that technically were in book 6. So to see them in season 5 was a complete surprise. And of course, we also had a surprising cameo who returned, not to play the same character, but rather the character's son. So, without further ado, here are my top 5 surprising moments from Outlander season 5. So, number 5 for me, this is really just a personal surprise, and maybe other people thought it was nice too, but I was not expecting to hear a duet between Richard Rankin and Sophie Skelton, which they played at the end credits in episode 8. So yeah, just to hear them singing together, that was just so sweet. Especially because this is the episode where Roger was dealing with the loss of his voice and that he couldn't sing anymore. And to hear them sing My Darling Clementine, it's because you wouldn't think you would be able to hear Roger singing again. But to hear his voice in the end credits, I thought that was a really nice homage, especially because he's been singing this whole season, and may I say, Richard's voice is beautiful. I am so happy we got a lot of singing moments with him. And then to hear Sophie's voice, like she even got to sing a little bit with Jemmy in this episode. And it was just so lovely to hear them singing together. And the fact that they're singing My Darling Clementine, it was such a special song, especially for Roger, because it was the last song that he got to sing to Jemmy before he lost his voice. And it's so precious to him because it's not just the song, but it's that it was a bonding moment with Jemmy. And it just makes you really realize how important singing was to Roger. And I thought it was just beautiful that they brought them together and they gave us one last bit of Roger singing. So I don't know if we'll get to hear Roger sing more in the future, but that was a nice surprise at the end. If we don't get to hear it, at least we'll have it in the end credits, and they're even going to have it in the season 5 soundtrack, so I am really looking forward to that. So, though we knew something bad was going to happen to Murtaugh this season, like you could really feel they were really setting something up. It was really unexpected when it was going to happen and how it was going to happen. So I thought Murtaugh was at least going to make it through till the finale. Of course, now that we've seen all of the episodes, I understand why his death wasn't in the finale. But this was actually a very sad episode in the middle of the season because this is almost where, like, the arc for the beginning of the Revolutionary War ended in season 5, because we don't really see much more of it for the rest of the season. So, in this episode, we have the Battle of Alamance in episode 7, and we don't really know what's gonna go down, because Murtaugh, he was not brought back, but he was kept alive in the series versus the books, because in the books he died in Culloden. But he makes it to the Battle of Alamance in this season, and it's just, it was so heartbreaking to watch how it happened, because he died not just fighting for his cause, because he was with the regulators trying to stop the British from taxing everybody, but he died protecting Jamie, which is the oath that he made to Jamie's mother. and that is what makes it so much more heartbreaking. And you kind of knew they were going to set something up with that because we saw the flashback of him promising 8-year-old Jamie at the time that though his mother was gone, he would always be there to protect him. And indeed, he did. But just that moment, it was so... I literally gasped when I saw what happened, when I heard the gunshot. It was brutal. But at the same time, it was... I never like to say a death is fitting for a character, but in a way, it was. Just did not see that coming at all. Now, this was also a very surprising subplot in season 5, so we have Bonnet return, which they had been teasing the whole season. We saw him in a few scenes, we kept hearing about his presence and characters worrying about him coming back, and we never really fully got a whole episode of him. But once we get to episode 10, that is when Bonnet has his time. However, this ended up being Bonnet's last episode in the whole show. And it was surprising because I knew that he was at least supposed to make an appearance in book 6, and the subplot that happened in this episode isn't supposed to happen until book 6. So that was as much as I hate the character, because here's the thing, Ed Spilliers does a great job playing a very despicable villain. One that you love to hate. But it's so shocking that he's completely done. That he is not going to be in season 6. So it makes you wonder, what are they going to fill that space with? But yeah, just watching the episode, just to see like how it all played out to the very end, and you're like, he's dead? But yeah, I thought that was really interesting, and I don't say that I didn't like the change. I honestly think that it worked the way that the pacing of the season was going, because Brianna was dealing with a lot of PTSD from the whole incident with him, and that she finally can put that to rest now. Not 100%, but to know that her attacker is dead and gone, it does bring an ease to the mind. So I'm glad that Brianna doesn't have to worry about that for another season. In the book, in book 5, she does get a little revenge on him. I think she shoots him in the crotch, which could also be a fitting punishment for him. But yeah, I guess it's good that they didn't prolong it, so I can't complain. But it was surprising nonetheless. But very, very glad to see that he's dead and gone. Especially for Brianna's sake. And Jemmy's. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting moment in the show. So another character that surprised me this season was William Buck Mackenzie. I had heard of him and I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together when he came on screen, but oh my god. This was the most surprising moment. I mean, this isn't number 1, but this honestly just personally was surprising, because a lot of people did realize that it was Graham McTavish playing Dougal's son. I did not. So that was really something to see. And because I think I was so worried about Roger the whole time, because I knew something bad was coming for him. So I was busy like literally biting my nails for that. That I didn't think to pay attention to the actor playing William. And then when I saw that Graham had returned, I was like, wait, when did he return? And then I continued to read and it said he played William, and I'm like, what? So yeah, to have Graham back, like once I watched the scene, I was like, that's definitely Graham. I don't know why I didn't make the connection. So yeah. That was really surprising to me, and I have to say Graham McTavish is a very versatile actor, because even though there are Dougal's mannerisms and you can hear some of the voice once you pay attention, just the fact that he's playing his son and he can look so different, I think it's amazing. He just really did a great job playing the son, playing a new character, and the fact that he is related to Dougal. It's perfect casting. What can I say? So the number one surprising moment that I think a lot of people were surprised at, because there were so many theories about this. So Brianna and Roger going back in time with Jemmy, that wasn't supposed to happen, as far as I know from book 5. It does happen later on, but they're supposed to at least have another child with them, and it's under different circumstances that they return to the 20th century. So the fact that this happened in episode 11, which was the penultimate episode, it did make you wonder, oh, is this really happening? No, they're not going to travel back. It's just a tease. But then they do touch the stone and they disappear. Young Ian even witnesses it. And you're thinking, what? I was so upset. And it's not like I get angry at the show. It just was going to make no sense to me if they left so soon. But thankfully, it was indeed a red herring. But up until the moment when we didn't find out till the finale, I was not sure what was happening. A lot of people theorized what Brianna and Roger had seen that surprised them after their travel. It turns out they just saw young Ian and realized, oh, we didn't go back to the future. But I will forever love the theory that they went back to the Jurassic period. That was a lovely, lovely theory. But yeah, it was honestly really well done as far as building suspense. It made you wonder, is this really happening? It kept you on the edge of your seat, you know? And sometimes that's the best thing you can ask of a show. So yeah, overall, season 5 did have a lot of moments, and I'm sure there's others that people would say were more surprising, but this is just my personal viewpoint on season 5. And yeah, it was a whirlwind of a season. It was really well done. A lot happened, a lot more than I thought was going to happen. And yeah, I'm probably going to have more top 5 videos because there's just so much to talk about. I feel like I didn't get to talk about all of it in my videos when I was reviewing. So yeah, I might do like top 5 like favorite moments from the season, top 5 even from Outlander overall, like top 5 deaths. Did I say that right? Deaths. But yeah, I'd like to do more videos, so let me know what you guys thought of the season, like what your top 5 might be of surprising moments. Like I said, there were a lot. This was just what I thought. Alright guys, I'll see you soon. Have a good day. Bye.